Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Foul Tech Garage. Hey, so the other day I was driving and this window just boop fell right down. So, I'm assuming window regulator. I took the door panel off. I confirmed that. So, my window regulator just came in. So, I'm gonna show you how to replace a window regulator on a 2018 Ram quad cab, and this is the front passenger door. Joy. And hopefully we don't break the glass, because that would suck. But let's do it. And like I said, I already removed some stuff. As you can see, the triangle piece that goes over here, blocking the bolts from the mirror, I went ahead and just popped that off. That's not hard at all. And then you have a couple screws. You got one right here, a couple at the bottom, and then you got right there and right there. They're not actually like screws per se. It's a lot easier to get them out if you have something flat behind them to pull them out as you screw. And then the little device that they are screwed into, those will pop out as well. And then you have a little trap door right here. You just got to pop that off, and then you're going to have a screw right here, and then you'll be able to take all that off. So this, you're able to just, once everything's off, you can get behind it with your fingers and just pull off like so. There's a tab right here that angles in, so pull the left side and then just pull out, and there you go. And then once that is off, and taking the buttons off, literally you just pull them up and then undo the connector. Really not that hard at all. Now this is on the door with hooks, so to get this off, just pull up and then lift, and then there you are. Next step would be to remove the speaker. It is 4 or 5 5mm bolts. And then you're going to remove the little computer here. I believe this is for not only the controls, the airbag, the actuator. It does all the electronics in the door. And that's just 2 bolts right there. And then just, it's right here. Sits right there. And then you just take it off and then undo all of the electronics. And you're good to go. Next, you have 10mm bolts on the circumference of this. Believe it or not, this whole plastic piece, that is your regulator. So go ahead, remove those bolts. They're 10mm, put them in a bag, put them in a bin, and set them aside. Now, at this point, if your regulator is broken, your window will actually be down. So I'm going to show you how to unclip the window, and then we're going to have to lift it up again and then tape it and secure it in place like I have it right here. But I did this so no snow and rain can get in during the storm that we just had. So to do that, like I said, speakers out because you can reach it right here. And then you have a door right here, if I can get it with one hand. There we go. There we are. And then you can get the other part of the regulator. You need access to that hole, and then on this side, and then you got that hole right there, and then on that side. And if you can see that right there, there's a tab in that hole, and then there's that little tab right there. You can go ahead and push those on both sides, and then the glass will lift right up. So I'm just holding it so it doesn't fall. As you can see, I can go up and down with it, or you're just gonna undo those tabs and lift it up. All right, and as you can see, put some pieces of blue tape up. The packing tape is not really holding that well anymore. But our regulator is free, and it just fell. So there we go. So now we can go ahead and lift that off. But what we have to do is you have to take out these 3 bolts right here. I believe they're T35s. I'd have to look at it. But you got to take these 3 out. Now, at this point, you actually have to go inside, and you have to disconnect that rod right there, which is the part of the actuator, and then you got to disconnect that. That way, you could go ahead and pull all this off. All right, and once you disconnect that right there, and these are unbolted, you should be able to take it and then pull the entire assembly out. So, I got to disconnect the wire right here. Now we just have to keep in mind your cable right here is still going to be attached to the door, and that you're just going to disconnect from in here, and then you'll be able to pull the whole thing off like so. now that cable, let's see here, is right here. And you just have to undo it. There you go. And then there's a clip, and then it just pulls through. It's clipped internally. There we go. And then there is a rubber grommet in the door that this will slide right out of. And there you are. Now you just got to take this stuff and replace it onto the new one. So we'll do that in a second. So there is the regulator and door catch assembly. Now what we have to do is transfer the old stuff, i.e. the door handle, the cable that's running in the back, and then this assembly along with the unlock button. And we got to transfer that to this one. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this. We'll go ahead and flip this one. And as you can see, my regulator has seen better days, and it just does not look good. Actually, it looks like this plastic piece, that just straight up broke. So looks like I wouldn't been able to fix it. So we got to take this off. This just looks like it slides out. It's locked underneath there. It's a couple pins. Move that out. And then we'll take this out. That goes to the latch. And then this right here, we got to disconnect and move that up. So no big deal. Sure enough, I came over here to look inside, and what do you know? That metal plate, there it is. So looking at it, it looks like this just popped off, which caused this end, which was in there, to pop out and then get all frayed and messed up. So, but it's cool. Aftermarket Dorman has a couple screws in it, so good on them for doing that, because this absolutely sucks. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead, I'll disconnect this bar, and then we'll go ahead and swap that into this one. If you notice, the grommet's not in there, so you need to do all that as well. All right, now to get this out, you pull the grommet through after disconnecting it from the handle. Just disconnect that, and then there's two tabs right here, and they're stuck right on that. So you have to reach something in there, pull those tabs apart, and then you have to push that down, and then it pulls out. And installation is reverse of removal. And I just went ahead and reattached that, which all it is, like so. Got it in, and you throw that, the bent part in, and then take that, and it clips on like so, and that is done. Now the only thing left to do, that's for the door handle part, but I still have to replace the door handle. And this tab ended up breaking that holds the wire down, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna drill a hole and put a zip tie in there, and be done with that, so that can stay in, stay out of the way of the regulator. But that was my bad. So anyways, next step, get the door handle out. And also, I took the, it was on this side, there is a sensor that goes right there, and here it is right here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and place it right in that. And while we have it on the table, might as well take the computer, mount it where it needs to go, and then bolt it in. And we have that mounted, no big deal. Now it's just the door handle, which goes right there, which is still on this side. Just gotta take that apart. Everything else looks like it is off. We still have the grommet that's gotta go in here, and that's just the wiring harness, and yeah, getting there. Now the door handle is very tricky. So one way to figure it out is look at this design, and that's the lock right there. You need to push that in to be able to get the pin out for the door handle. So that's gonna be on the inside right there. You're gonna have to push that down and pull simultaneously, and then just snap it right here with the spring in place. And the trick to getting the door handle in is put the pin in first and then twist it in. And then what we're gonna do is we'll put this and then lock it in. Whoop, with that. Come on. Awkward with one hand. There it is. There we go. And now we're ready to install. Now remember, this grommet has to go back in its spot right here. And then this has to connect right, it's inside. Sorry, right here. And then once that is all set, then we can put it in. So we're gonna have to feed this through, Plop this in there, and then we can finagle it and hold it in place with the bolts right here. Grom it in, and then you got the attachment point right there. You got the second attachment point right there, and it is plugged and locked. Now just to install. Next step, really easy. All I did is once all these bolts were attached, I ran all the wires where they needed to go, and we'll show you. So I ran everything where they needed to go. Everything's all mounted in its respectable holes. I did attach the switch, and what I did is I put the regulators down here so I could see them. And then I took the window and I lowered the window down by hand till it clicked in. And then I did a function check. So we got obviously down and up. Up is slower than what it used to be, but hey, you know what? I'm okay with that. And now all it is do the radio, but all the way down, didn't break. Also, one very important detail. You see that? Can't put a screw in there. Make sure you take this out of the old one, and then that will just snap in place. And now you can put the door panel back on. And don't forget, door panel goes down in these hooks, in these valleys right here. So the hooks on the door panel go in, but let's put our speaker in first. Everything is in, ready for the door panel. Don't forget, when you feed the door panel on, get this on the outside so you can connect that without having to dig. And there we are, 100% complete. I did have to clean the glue off the window, but no big deal. A little bit of brake clean with a razor and a rag, took it right off. But now we are fully on. We got all the bolts in. That piece just snaps back on. Good, good, good. And of course, I didn't forget to attach anything. So, cool. There we go. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. It's working. All right, guys. Well, I hope this video, helps you out and teach you how to do this. I started at 3. It's a little after 5 right now, so it only took a couple hours, and that's mainly from, getting my hands up in there, disconnecting stuff, and then swapping things over. You can do it a lot quicker, probably, but I just took my time, did it right, make sure I didn't break anything, although I did break one tab, but I did. It all got fixed. Everything's working perfectly, as you can see, and with the truck running, it's still the same speed going up and down. So all in all, it's a win. I got the part from Rock Auto. Let me give you the part number. That is the passenger side front, and this is a quad cad Ram, and it's the Dorman number 748189. There it is right there. Got it from, like I said, rockauto.com, and it was $89 plus shipping. And I noticed my belt is squeaking a little bit, so the next video will be how to replace the tensioner and just the serpentine belt on a 5.7 Hemi and a 2018 Ram. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this saved you a couple bucks, and like I said, under $100 for this, and it didn't take too long at all. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one.